Dude, what? You're in the snow, stuck here? What'd you say?
When I was playing Ghouls and Ghosts, you guys were like, "Do the voice." It reminded me of the little kid from Shrek, like, "Do the roar, do the roar."
Yeah.
Danny.
I just want you to. Actually, I had a great idea. I wanted to find a 3-part script. And I honestly, I almost brought it tonight. I almost brought the script for the What's in the Box scene from
What's
7.
in the box?
Yeah, but have you do it as Winnie the Pooh. Have you do John Doe, it's Kevin Spacey's character. Do Kevin Spacey's character. He's like, I took her pretty little head as Winnie the Pooh.
I took a pretty little head.
I was gonna keep doing it. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Where are the other drugs going? Yeah.
Hi-yo, Kermit the Frog here. No, I can't do my Kermit. That was hard, but yeah.
So who was the Muppet in Flight of the Navigator?
Was the Max is kind of the Muppet in Flight of the, and the little Muppet that's actually a little creature Muppet that was kind of the Muppet.
They should have made more Muppets.
I want more Muppets. I'm going to tell you.
You have the Muppet.
You got them, Disney.
Yeah, Disney's wasting a lot of, just missed opportunities.
Can you imagine? Let's remake the Titanic with the Muppets. Oh, these are my Gonzo eyes.
I see that.
All right. So when you do, this is regular eyes, and then you do Gonzo.
I thought you were like trying to eat my soul.
I'm trying to take you down with me is what I'm trying to do. Jump on this train with me, Tyler. We're making Muppet movies.
They should do like a Smash Brothers where it's the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That'd be great. Oh man, Grouch,
Oscar the Grouch
uses like trash can lids and he just throws them at you. Hey,
I feel like he would beat anybody's ass.
He just holds his whole defense.
Animal would just grab his drumsticks.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you want to talk to me about Muppets, that was the best burn someone ever told me one time. They were like, I met that Matt guy. All he does is fucking talk about the Muppets.
Well, Santi with the Matt talking about the Muppets
is the best burn I've had my entire life. Oh man, welcome back to another episode of Nostalgia Land. We are still fighting some diseases. We've all got our shots. You got yours updated? I haven't, but I'm still
Depends
taking
on what shots we're talking about.
Well, the rabies one was pretty important.
Let's get freaking wasted.
You can't play with raccoons and just let that fester for a while.
They don't like it.
Trash pandas.
No. So today we're talking about a special movie. This one's near and dear to a lot of people. It is actually, I think, our first Christmas movie of the season. Now going to the second week of November.
Yeah. It's like a Halloween / Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So it's a good time for that.
It's full on. Full on Christmas.
Here's where I'll start with it, and I would love to like build off of where of it is at the end of the movie. The guy who's responsible for everything, like people died. His whole thing is just kind of like, sorry.
Oh, you mean like the narrator?
Yeah, he's like,
sorry.
I mean, it happens. You know,
Look at the dad.
Bears, the bears get out of the cages. You know, things out and stuff.
You're a crappy entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're basically like Data's drunk New York uncle.
Yeah. No, man. So today we are talking about Gremlins. Oh man, it's such a great. Remind me again, which year is this? Is this 86?
I mean,
Or
Gremlins.
84? I'm gonna look at it.
84.
84. Okay, because it was the same year. Because they did a promo with Ghostbusters, where they were like, "It's Gremlin Ghostbusters," and they like spliced the two trailers together.
Yeah,
and they showed that, and people were really confused about what movie they were seeing. Hold on, which one is this one? Is Dan Aykroyd? No. This is a bunch of people you've never heard about.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in this movie.
No, but
Steven
Gremlins,
Spielberg,
man.
though.
Yeah. Amblin Productions, and it was I love this era for Spielberg because he has his hands in a bunch of different pies and stuff, and this is where we got like Goonies and E.T. and Gremlins, man. And Indiana Jones, yeah. Which one was this? Was that
Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Lost Ark. It was this one, yeah.
No, it was Temple of Doom that came out around the same time as this one, as Gremlins. Because interesting little tidbit.
Hit me.
All these movies had PG ratings, and it was like right on the cusp of being R, because there was no PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh,
that didn't come out to like the
developed
19...
because of Temple of Doom and Gremlins. They developed PG-13 rating.
That's insane.
Because they melt the guy's face off in Temple of Doom, right?
Yeah.
They pulled the dude's
the
heart out of his chest.
What's
They eat
it's
the monkey
it's
brains.
Raiders where the guy's face melts off, right?
Yeah. We've talked about this before.
poorly. Yeah, and then his face. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's when he ages like 100 years.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
like
and then he, like,
20
melts
seconds.
away,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, man, but that
Looks like the guy from Creepshow.
explains.
That's Last Crusade.
No, I think that's Raiders of the Lost Ark because they do it's the
Lost Ark.
like the cup.
Oh wait,
Was
That's
that
Last Crusade with
We're getting our
Sean
Joneses.
Connery as his father, and it's all about the
The
Junior.
chalice.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
He just keeps saying Junior,
yeah.
Junior, Junior,
Some things in here don't react well to bullets.
Junior.
Wait, you're supposed to be Russian?
Red October. Standing by.
Oh my god, one of the funniest Family Guy moments ever. Red by, standing by. Big Red, standing by. Red October, standing by.
Simply Red standing
And
by.
it's the submarine.
In space.
Oh man. Well, this movie opens up and it's what I liked about it was we start with this narration that's kind of left field. Like it doesn't make
It's
'cause
the dad.
It's not about the dad.
Yeah. And,
At all. He's just like,
well, he's the one
there.
that kicks off the.
Yeah, he gets
The
the
whole-
whole. He gets
yeah.
the ball rolling.
He gets the whole thing going, but
He's
like
the awesome. The
He
dad.
lights the candle on this
man,
shit Sunday.
that makes so much sense though, that there wasn't a PG-13, that this went PG and R because
Yeah.
you would have like the same ratings for like I would imagine like Chucky, which is I think was R, right? And
I
then
think so.
if they just changed a couple things, Chucky could then be a PG movie.
Yeah, I think if like they don't show blood, like if all the
Yeah.
kills were off screen,
Yeah, everything's off screen and they don't show a knife going into someone's chest.
unless it's Chucky, you can
Yeah.
kill Chucky.
Oh,
with
that's
the-
fine.
You
Yeah.
can burn him.
or if it's a gremlin.
Put him in
Yeah.
the fireplace. That's where I don't know who buys.
Well, that's the thing on like YouTube. Like when people review like Mortal Kombat games and stuff, they're always fighting either like Reptile or like Devora because the blood isn't red. It's like green,
It's like
so it
acid.
doesn't.
Dude, what is up with this crap? Where like the censoring of words and stuff
Yeah.
like that, where it's
I don't
like,
know.
oh no, that man. Like, I don't know what they just mouthed. Okay, whatever.
That's what this is for.
Yeah, come
And then
on.
when you get something right. There it is. Anyway, so we start off, and I love this narration because it's just like it's kind of he is the dad actor, was he like a country rock star or something like that? Because he's got this drawl about him. He walked in, he's like, it happened
He
one
was an
time.
actor before, but I mean, he was. I think he was known,
Right.
but it's hard to keep track of all the actors and all the famous people that they like did cameos with. in
kind
the
of rolled
movies.
in here, yeah.
Yeah.
You expect to hear like a low saxophone in the background, like, like it's like one of those crime movies where it was just
it's a noir film.
Like a
yeah,
noir,
like,
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
silhouette, like it was 1984.
Yeah. She had legs that went for days.
She was a cruel bitch. Here goes our R rating. Son of a bitch.
Damn.
I'm not bad.
No, I gotta say, like, so when this movie opens up in the way like some of these guys talk, there's like this borderline. It's just riding that fence of like, that's a little racist. It's just a little, because he kind of comes in there and I think he says like really close to like these Chinaman people,
Which is the
around
laziest of the racial slurs.
And he's like, I mean, I think there was one point where he was like, "Don't get your chopsticks in a bunch." You know,
I wouldn't doubt it.
I want to buy this thing from you, and you're gonna take it because
That's
you're
right.
because you're cheap. It's just, oh God,
Oh,
dude,
jeez.
this got real dark, real bad. This took a left turn out of there. But yeah, no. So he's in Chinatown. He's an inventor, and he finds this underground shop.
He finds his son.
Right, or the grandson. He
Yeah.
finds the grandson, and the grandson's like, "Hey, come on
Leads
down."
him into the basement.
He's like,
Everything.
you want to come downstairs with me? I don't think so, kid.
Yeah, buddy. That's where I get
It's
robbed.
the ship from Mortal Kombat's down here. If you want to come.
You want it? It's here. So he gets in the shop and there's everything he wants, and he particularly like keeps hearing this creature. Like nothing else interests him except for this
Like the
weird
box,
like,
like
Yeah,
keeps
he's
moving.
really in there to sell his crap.
Yeah,
this
he's in there to sell
purring.
his
invention.
The travel buddy.
Yeah, which is basically a Swiss Army knife with a toothbrush on it.
The
Yeah.
bathroom buddy.
That bathroom buddy.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. So he's an inventor, and he literally just keeps plugging away. He's like, "I got this shitty thing. You want it? I made that."
And he
Remi-
constantly like even at that part
malfunctioning.
he squirts toothpaste like
Yeah.
all over. So he's like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh, that happens to all of us
Yeah.
sometimes.
Look, and then I added this
little
water
quick.
function.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
It's a little sensitive.
Tell her it was her.
You
It
can't
reminds me.
move like
reminds me of the opening of Camp Anawana. It's like this thing fell apart.
Yes.
Do you want to do that as our obligatory song? Just Camp
Anawana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart.
It's I hope we never part. Now get it right or pay the price. And when we
man.
think about you, this thing fell apart.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? Like Donkey
God.
or
I don't
something like that?
know. No.
Yeah, horse teeth or something. It was some weird names.
It's just
Yeah.
sound effects like
Nay boy, that's what we call him. No,
boy.
so he's just popping into restaurants and shops and gas stations, and everywhere he goes, he's just peddling his like shitty inventions. But what I loved about these movies is like everything had purpose to it, and so like the fact that the inventions don't work plays to how they defeat the evil gremlins at the end of the movie. And I gotta say kudos to like the pacing of this movie, because this could have been like a real short, maybe an hour 15, hour and a half. It's
This movie's long.
It's almost a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And they pace it out really well. It's a really fun movie to watch.
It was hurting my attention span.
Oh, it was?
the beginning is
So
a little
pathetic.
slow until like.
Because it's a good movie.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what's because if you've seen it before, you know what's coming. You're like, let's just get to the chaos.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see,
Dude, this
just
movie,
see the world burn.
and I love how they did it. Like, and I was watching a lot of like the making of and everything, and they were talking about shooting it like out in the real world, and
Yeah.
the puppeteers and everything were like, you can't do that. If you take these puppets out into the real world, they're gonna look ridiculous. Like it's not gonna work. So they did it on a set, and it was it was in California in like mid-July.
Yeah.
June,
So it's
July.
like the service of the sun.
Yes.
And they're filming like it's Christmas time. So the poor main actor, especially the dude, is having to wear
Like cardigan sweaters.
like a shirt, a sweater,
Scarf.
a freaking scarf, and then like a parka jacket.
Yeah, the trench coat, the jacket,
Oh
and
my
hat.
gosh,
They're
dude. And you
probably
can
just-
see him if you watch. You see him actively sweating in a lot of the scenes. It's like, oh, dude, that's so brutal.
They're just pumping. They're
Yeah.
just pumping AC
and they
in
used
there.
like when it was
Dry ice.
snowing, they used sand.
Oh,
And so
okay.
they, like,
Once again, this
did
broadcast is brought to you by sand. It's everywhere. Get used to it.
until they did like the shots where they needed like footprints and stuff like that, and then they, like at night when it would cool down, they would bring in like trucks of ice and shave the ice like they do
that's
now,
pretty
like
cool.
spray the shaved ice. But yeah, if you go and watch it,
Now they make like Insta snow, or like you just add water.
Oh, really?
And it like becomes snow. It's not cold, but like it's the same.
I can't imagine what chemical fire that was.
The only reason I know that is because Dude Perfect did a Christmas
safe to
episode
breathe?
where they pranked a guy and they filled his office with it.
with fake snow. Oh my god! Now
They put like Santa Claus in there,
Yeah.
and like a reindeer.
I guarantee that guy has lymphoma now or something. That, like,
Does it hurt, Titus?
what is it made out of? Asbestos.
Yeah, does it hurt, Titus? Not if you landed the asbestos.
Yeah, not asbestos. I know. I did notice. I was like, man, a lot of these people walking around, they look like they're sweating. Like there was something about the atmosphere in some of the scenes. I was like, it's not cold.
Yeah,
like I know
no.
there's snow everywhere, but this isn't cold at all. Yeah.
right.
That's where you get the steam coming out of the New York City like sewers and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is that?
that Instagram guy who he's like singing a song about it.
This is just piss that they converted to steam.
What Instagram guy is that? Do you remember
some
handle?
guy
Or you-
talking- I don't know his handle
I'll
or
look it
anything.
up. I'll look up his
Okay,
handle,
okay.
but he also does good band name, bad band name.
That is that guy.
That's great. Yeah, so this guy, this shoddy inventor dude, he's like, yeah, this is perfect Christmas present for my grown son.
Yeah.
who works at
Who
a,
already has a dog
works at a bank and already has a dog
and takes his dog with him to the bank.
everywhere.
Like what the
Tom
balls?
McGovern. That's
Your
that
mom?
guy's name.
Tom McGovern. That's the dude's
Oh,
name
McGovern.
with the vent
All right.
piss.
All right.
Yeah, why does that guy take his dog with him? Like his mom doesn't work; she's at home hanging out.
Oh,
Why does
man,
the dog got to go to the bank?
I don't know, but being somebody who has been a waiter and even now in like working in the medical field, when people bring their dogs in, I'm like, what are you doing?
No,
Yeah, if it,
no. Yeah.
I mean, like I work at an outdoor restaurant. If you bring your dog and it's well behaved, and you know, like it can be around people, that's one thing,
Dude.
But you're bringing like your puppy that's trying to bite at people,
Yeah.
fight other dogs.
But like,
get out of
we're,
here,
Bro.
we're in a hospital. Like, what if somebody's allergic to
That's
this?
one of the
Like, this
sterile
is
things.
not
You're
good.
not allowed.
I'm-
Now they do
that a
have
service
like,
animal?
They do
Come
have
on
like therapy dogs that
Yeah.
like they had one dressed up for Halloween the other day. I wish I had gotten a picture of it, but it was like going like
Yeah.
it was in a it was in like one of those little Tykes cars.
That's awesome.
And it was like a golden retriever with like sunglasses on, and he had his own Baptist badge.
I'm gonna tell you, you put sunglasses on a dog, I'm in. I'm like, yes,
Talk about
yes,
kids on
that
leash.
dog
do
is
this.
like, I'm out.
The dog was like, "Look how cool I am! Everybody, come look how good I look."
I got 7 years to live. I'm not making memories.
Get a pic.
But
Get a
it-
pig. Yeah.
It's for the gram.
Yeah. Doing it for the gram.
No, I don't get me on that soapbox about when people bring dogs to everything these days. I don't understand it, and it makes me.
Although
so
his dog is pretty
nervous.
well behaved.
I don't care. No, it's not the well behaved ones that bother me. It's
No,
like,
in the movie,
Oh, in the movie. Yeah,
his dog just like lays under his desk, and
I
then you
mean-
get the biggest biatch of this whole movie.
until he tries to attack her. I was like, bro, it's like that's not the move. Like that's
That is
straight
the
to the
move.
ground.
That lady, yeah,
Yeah.
sick him
The
down.
more you see her, the more I'm like,
Jeez, dude.
I'm so glad the dog did that.
She gets her comeuppance really bad. Well, okay, so
Love
so
it. We'll
we
get there.
established
Yeah.
that this kid is like 19, 20?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, living at home and
Working
yeah,
like a
working
desk
at
job.
a bank,
At a
not
dank.
a bank,
At a bank.
bank.
Dank.
Bro, I worked at a dunk in years.
And then his
Bang bang.
and his friend, I actually researched this because I was like, okay, all these people, like, I think they're like 18. I think they're 18 in this movie, and they're at a bar and they're drinking. And then I found out, I was like, okay, that makes
The
sense.
drinking age
in
was 18.
84 is when it freaking
yeah?
changed. Is when they were like 18-year-olds can't handle it. We're switching up to 21 for some reason.
I feel like in some countries it's like, can you see over bar? Here you go.
That is some countries. Yeah, I think that's Germany. Actually, like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, most European countries, the like your parents can give you alcohol.
It's socialized,
Yeah.
so it's it's not as. I mean, it's still an issue, but it's not as big of an issue.
well, they also don't look at it the same way because of that.
Yeah, well, it's
like
an
it's
issue.
cultural to drink.
It's an issue
Yeah.
later in life when like people develop alcoholism.
well,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like they don't develop as a high at such a high rate because it's normalized.
you don't have these crazy college kids too. Like, woo!
Yeah, think about it. If like we were young and like you're like we were sitting around at dinner and mom's like, "Hey, here's a glass of wine." You're like,
right.
"Oh."
A little sip. Here you
You're
go.
not like when you're like 15, like I have to go steal alcohol and just get plastered. I
have to go find-
Why? I've
I have
been
to
drinking
go
alcohol
find
since I was
a-
like 4.
I have to go find a homeless man.
Hey man, I'll buy you some crack if you go in there and buy me some booze.
It's the 80s. Just get in there, give me some natty lights.
You know where to find crack? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So he has his dog, he has his job. There's a girl he likes who also works at the bank and the bar. Yes.
That's,
And maybe a cafe.
And
like, where
maybe
does,
a cafe.
does this girl work at every
She's
place in
everywhere.
town?
The bar's both.
She reminds me of Jennifer Connelly. But
yes,
it's
she
not.
does. Yeah,
they
but it's
look
not Jennifer
similar. Like
Connelly.
they could be like cousins. or
It's the
something,
girl
like,
from
related.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good
Wow,
point.
her name's slipping my head right now.
It's not Molly Ringwald.
No,
That name always jumps in my head for some reason. I'll be sitting in
because she was
traffic.
like the '80s like pinnacle of like
Okay,
80s
yeah.
tropes.
Because I'll be sitting in traffic at a red light, and all of a sudden Molly Ringwald just pops in my head, and I'm like, "What is on? Where? What was that?" Okay,
You should probably see
yeah.
a doctor.
I need to.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot.
that Phoebe
lately.
Cates?
So
Yes.
Phoebe Cates, thank
Yeah,
you.
Phoebe.
Okay,
And the guy, like the main character, the boy, he was
boy.
talking about when he did his audition. He actually auditioned with Phoebe, and it was kind of like a under wraps, like hush hush, like what the movie was going to be about. And
Okay.
so all they gave him was the scene where they walk home together and they have like the whole conversation about how she hates Christmas, and you don't realize why she hates Christmas at that part. Yeah, and then he asks her out, and they said that like when it came to the end of the scene, because he was super nervous because it was Steven Spielberg and this and that.
Oh, yeah.
And Phoebe was like completely relaxed, completely cool,
She worked with Sean
and he, when the scene ended, he like put his head on her shoulder. And they said like that's what sold them on
yeah.
him as like the lead and them together because of their chemistry together.
Judge
Working-
Reinhold's in this movie too. He's also
Judge
in Fast Times at Ridgemont High
Ryan
with
Hall.
Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent character, and I love him.
guy's
He
hilarious.
he either plays like the really straight, like he's the straight man, and he's got he's trying to help people out or doing that thing, or he's the jackass, and he plays both of those sides so well. But
I need my weenie whistle.
so
Yeah.
Dad's
My
on the
weenie
road. Yeah, my weenie. Yeah, Dad's on the road. Another great Christmas movie, Santa Claus. Dad's on the road, finds a random creature that no one's ever seen before.
Mogwai.
A mogwai,
Mogwai.
only available in China apparently, and it comes over here.
You know what Mogwai means?
No, what does that mean?
In Cantonese, it means devil.
Oh, good. Or doesn't it mean? And then doesn't it break down as like gremlin, and it eventually gets down to means gremlin? I saw some weird quip that I think was
Like
associated with
literally in Cantonese, it means like the Chris Columbus wrote the movie.
Yeah.
And he looked up
like
in
Cantonese.
Cantonese, yeah.
like what is devil, and
He
that's what it
called
was.
up,
The Mogwai.
Cassandra from
man, yeah.
Wayne's World and asked her how to say devil.
So dad comes home with this thing, gives it to his kid. He's like,
white devil.
yeah.
That's how they know you.
That's how they know who you are. What? You okay?
Going off of-
Where are we? Hold on.
going off what
We
Trey's
are
saying.
10 years, 15 years
Welcome
in the
to an
future.
actual conversation
Oh my
between me and
God.
my brother.
Quitsuocha.
Did you just refer to me as white devil?
It's how they know you.
Okay, stop doing that.
When nature calls, folks.
That's right. That's right. Moving back to Gremlins.
Back to Gremlins. Yeah, so dad comes home with this thing. It's a species no one's ever seen. Everyone's just cool with it.
Yeah, the
Everyone's just
grandson,
like,
The
like,
grandson,
the
like-
grandfather's like, no, you can't have it.
No,
It's
no,
too
no.
The
dangerous.
grandson's like, you can have it.
It's like, oh, you had like $200. Like, dude, I want that $200. You give me that $200.
You give me all those $200.
Don't get it wet.
yeah.
Don't get it in sunlight.
Don't feed it
Don't
after
feed it
midnight.
after midnight.
They're very simple rules.
Pretty simple, but I mean, $200. I don't know if Air Jordans were around at that time, but he's like, I got something I gotta buy.
No,
I
but-
need that.
They're like it.
The only one that's a little fuzzy is don't feed them after midnight. Because
Yeah.
how does
Right.
that work?
Yeah, does daylight savings time come
Okay.
into account?
So-
How about digestion? If they're digesting after midnight, does that count?
And
Yeah.
when does midnight become like okay again?
Yeah,
to
like
feed them
what,
again?
is it like
When's your time zone exactly? Are
like
you in
is this like a
mountain time?
6-hour rule?
Are we Cantonese?
Yeah. Hold on. We on Cantonese because it's midnight right now.
Is there a timer? Like if you pull up the fur, is there like a timer?
Actually, this thing's apparently inspired Furbies.
Yeah.
Yeah. These were the
kinda look- yeah.
Furby. Yeah, it kind of looks like.
Yeah, and they're both evil, so it's fine.
That's totally fine. Yeah. You ever been home alone? You hear the Furby go off
You ever
in the
gotten
next
a
room?
Furby wet?
Yeah.
Burn your house down.
Kill. Oh God, yeah, and they spoke their own little language too, didn't they? Those
I
Furbies.
guess.
Yeah, they did. But I
They're
always
creepy.
assumed that it was like midnight and then till sunrise. Because that to me is like, okay, it's over. Like
Yeah, you think that, and then
night's
you
over.
feed it, and
And
whoops.
then, and then it does stuff. Yeah, there was so he comes home, he brings this thing home, he tells the kid, he's like, oh yeah, and it's like super sensitive to light. It doesn't even like the kitchen light on.
Yeah.
And
Flash photography like freaks it out.
It's like a vampire.
then it's like, okay, this
The
is
sunlight will
cute.
kill it.
Yeah, and it's like this is cute enough, but these are a lot of rules. Like, what am I supposed to do with it?
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. But
you
it takes
literally
responsibility.
can't give it a bath.
like,
It's awesome.
Don't have to.
and you
But-
don't walk it because it hates sunlight.
Hates
It's the
sunlight.
easiest bet.
Yeah, and then
Still
Gizmo,
screws up.
the one that he gets him, Gizmo, is
Yeah.
like the cutest thing ever. And he's looking at a magazine. He's using like the 3D
monocle?
glasses.
I did think that was cute.
Yeah, he's talking to him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, is it like?" He's like,
Introduce
He's like
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. How many Corey Feldman's movies is this?
This is,
Is this number 2 or is this number 3?
Goonies in this one.
and then
I think it's 2.
I think it's just the 2.
no, Ninja Turtles. This is number 3.
Yeah,
The
'cause he
Ninja Turtles
voiced
number 3.
Donatello.
Oh man, yeah. Corey Feldman.
I was like, nope, we've done another
Yeah,
Corey
hold
Feldman
on.
movie.
yeah,
It's true.
because he was cute in this movie. This was prime Corey Feldman. Like, but I mean, it's so sad now when you see Corey Feldman.
The
You're like,
shifty
"Aw."
eyes.
It's just kinda
This was
disappointing.
pre Michael Jackson parties.
Oh,
This is probably like Heart of.
Oh God, no,
Like, you want to come to the Neverland Ranch?
no! I got
No, Michael
Magwas.
Jackson. Michael Jackson is still really
Michael
big.
Jackson was smart. He didn't molest the famous.
No, he
ones.
did. He can't.
Kept that under wraps.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like, Macaulay, come on, hang out. Now you leave. Come here, boy.
Now you leave.
Do you imagine like like Michael Jackson's probably like, I got one of these at
Allegedly.
home. Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
Excuse me,
We
allegedly.
are not making any fuller statements on this show.
I mean, like, the man's music, you got to give it to him.
I mean, yeah, the guy could dance. Anyway. Oh God. So yeah. As you know, fate comes to it. Was it Corey Feldman's fault that
Yep.
Yeah, it gets wet.
it got wet for the first time, and then you find out that this thing spawns fur balls that
Yeah, and it, like-
instantly
And
grow?
it's like a-
Shoots them out of
Dude,
its
it's
back.
gross.
It
like
is super
it like
gross.
writhes in pain, and then these things like pop out of it. They look like giant boils that just
Yeah.
like pop off his back. And
Yeah.
I'm like, ow, don't do that.
Kind of
again.
like if the tree from Ernest Scared Stupid with the Brussels sprouts shot him into the air.
It reminds me of like there's an enemy in there's a bad guy in Dragon Ball Z that
Cell?
in
Boo.
in
Majin Buu.
the Lord Slug movie.
Oh, I don't
where
know that
like
one.
it's one of his henchmen, and he can like pop things like off his back.
Do you kill him with salt?
You kill him with fire. You kill him with a Kamehameha wave.
I was just thinking, I was like, okay, so just kill that thing now. That's what I thought. Like, that's too, I don't know what just popped out of you, but I'm not taking it.
blinds open.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, just
Hey,
chuck
we're going to
them
need to
all.
bring you little ones over here. We're going to put you in this box, and we're going to open this window. Gizmo, stay over there.
You know,
Wear this parka.
Gizmo, the box. Go to the box.
oh man, no, the way these things, and I felt bad because it's like, yeah, Gizmo's in pain when it
Yeah.
happens. It's not easy.
And then the ones that come, like, you could tell.
You
Like,
can tell with what is
you
it? Stripe or
Stripe.
Stripe. He's the one. It's like, oh, cute devil. Cute.
Yeah.
You're kind of an asshole, huh?
The one that keeps sharpening knives in the corner and smoking
Well,
a
he's
cigarette.
the one that tricks the owner into giving him food. Like he turns apparently they know how to rewire digital clock.
Oh
They
no, he
cut-
just cuts it.
Oh, they cut it.
Yeah.
right out. Yeah. No, yeah. These things
Yeah.
were scheming from the beginning.
Well,
And it-
okay. Weirdest part of this movie to me that, I mean, other than, like, the fact that these
things
Mogwai
exist,
exist,
Yeah, Mogwai.
is he decides to have his science teacher look at the Mogwai.
Oh, when you don't know real sciences, you got.
Well, and it's like, well, why is your like high school science teacher hanging out in the dark on school grounds like all the time?
It's like 2:00 in the
Like
morning.
before he even brings the Mogwai to him,
he was
he's
working
just
on-
there, like
Yeah.
doing
He
his
was
thing.
working on the flux capacitor.
Hello?
Yeah, he's like, I'm the future Doc Brown.
We're not making heroin in here or meth.
Hello. You see that old Vine
He's
where
like, Walter White.
see that
Mr. White,
old-
are you here?
you seen that old Vine where
Science,
this girl's
bitch.
like passed out and they pour water on her face and she's like, hello.
Hello? Yeah, that's what I was referencing. I love saying that instead of hello. Yeah. But yeah, so she, and again, he brings the Mogwai to another professional person, and they're just like, oh, cool. Never seen this before.
Yeah.
Which doesn't register in any zoo I've ever been
Let's
part of.
experiment.
He's
on.
like taking
Yeah.
blood out of the Mogwai and.
Did he tell
What
him
are you
the
doing
rules?
with that blood? You're a high school
Yeah.
chemistry teacher, bro. You're sending it off for tests.
We're
to
making-
who? And then when you get those people with the thing, they're gonna be like, "What is this?
Yeah.
Where's this from?"
Hold on.
Don't
This
worry
doesn't
about
follow any scientific process at all.
This is confusing.
Are you making meth again? Be
Yes.
honest. Just
Walter.
this is
I'm
meth.
not making it. I'm just smoking it.
Fine.
Oh man! So all of this again is happening at Christmas time. So there's always they have a great Christmas track playing every couple of scenes. There's another Christmas song coming around, and what I liked about it too was that because of the limitations of the Mogwai of the puppets, the Muppets, they're not Muppets, but of the puppets, everything had to be dark. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of a great, okay, it makes purpose to, you can't have bright lights because
Bright lights.
bright lights.
You cannot right.
You can't have bright lights.
But you can't have fried rice.
because you can see the strings pulling that thing, yeah, and dancing around. But
Well, that's why, like, the main character held the backpack with Gizmo in it because he had like wires and cables all running through his clothes down the just covered in wires every time they were using Gizmo in that little backpack.
yeah, just to make that thing work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so it's when they eat after midnight that turns them evil. That's
Correct.
that's the right thing. Okay.
that lets the devil
wet,
out.
they multiply. Light, they die. Eat after midnight. All
And
hell
then
breaks
all
loose.
hell breaks-
All hell breaks loose, especially if you let Spike eat after midnight.
Oh my god.
Because he's the schemer.
He's the
planner.
He's the evil mastermind.
Yeah.
I love. Well, they cocoon first at some point, don't they? So they turn
as soon
into
as
like
they
this little
eat.
cocoon things,
Yeah.
and then it was like alien kind of
Like a
reference. I loved
chrysalis,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
it was like a chrysalis. And I have to say, this was like my favorite part of the movie because I was like, this is a badass mom. Like from the she's like she's not putting up with any.
She kills like
shit.
4 of them, I think.
She does.
She throws one in the microwave.
And not only that, but there's no precedent for this. She just immediately goes into like, time to fuck you up.
I'm gonna kill something in this house. All my time here baking and making all these Christmas cookies. I'm about to stab something now.
I got some pent up aggression.
Yeah, I got some issues to work out. But she comes in, she sees one hanging out near like that like juicer.
Yeah.
And again, so all the inventions that his dad
made.
makes
Yeah,
don't
that
work.
don't work right.
And they're like terrible. terrifying. Like one he was
they're
supposed to be a juicer and explodes everywhere.
great.
He puts one orange in that bitch, and it sprays like a fire hose worth of orange juice out all over the room.
It's like the Uncle Fester.
Yeah, it's like the blood from Adam's family. Yeah,
it is.
No, but so she sees one kind of like peering down into it, and she's like, "Oh, just shove that thing in there and turn it on."
Yeah.
It's like it's basically a blender.
Yeah,
and then
just sprays.
oh man, but then the best part, she goes over and she grabs a knife and then immediately stabs one, shoves the other one in a microwave, watches it explode.
Yes,
Like,
she sprays it with like
with
flea and
like
tick,
flea and tick
something
remover,
spray.
yeah. It's like Raid, basically.
She doesn't take her eyes off that microwave. That's why she's like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch this thing explode. Yeah, and then she goes back. She grabs one knife, and then she's like, "No, wait, I'm gonna grab two.
I need two.
She walks out of there. She's like, "I'm ready for anything."
Wait,
God,
wait.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, how
there
about
it is.
before we really ramp it up and they're out there and they're still in the Mogwai form, not the Gremlin form,
The cute form. Okay.
Yeah, and they're all like Gizmo has spawned the rest of them, and they're in the box, and he can't find the dog. And he goes out on the porch, and the dog
the
is
poor dog,
hung all up in the Christmas lights.
It's tied up
And it's
in
like,
it.
wait, so the dog never made a sound as this box full of Mogwai grabbed him. Dude, maybe they like held his mouth closed or
they
something.
pinched his muzzle.
Their
Yeah.
lights around his
And then
snout.
they carry him out. They get him lifted off the ground. Man, these things are clever.
They can move.
There's a channel on YouTube called Dead Meat, and he does what's called kill count. And he
Okay.
does one for Gremlins.
Yeah.
And he's like, and now for the best part of the movie. And like the mom comes in and it's like, dun dun.
Absolutely.
She deserves her own theme music because this mom character is amazing.
It's freaking, she's Melina from Mortal Kombat. Just-
But she's first of all totally fine with like being the real support for her family and like that her son is like into it, and she's fully supportive of her husband like in these shitty inventions that he keeps coming up with. And then when it comes time to defend her family, she's killing four
game.
of these her own. She's like, oh, I'm down.
She's like
she
the-
gets taken out, not killed, but like taken out, and
incapacitated.
carried to the neighbors.
Yeah.
But when you take out 4-0, like or 4-1, that's
she's
that's
like the
good
mom
numbers.
from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh yeah,
Which this director also did.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Columbus is that? Or no, Chris Columbus wrote it.
Yeah, the
Director. You okay?
Big Bunny.
That's right there.
Yeah, little ass.
Yeah.
Big Bunny.
Oh man, so
Love those movies.
like,
We'll have to cover those sometime.
oh yeah.
The Honey
Do him as
Eyes.
one episode. I
What?
just missed the mic. Do him as one episode.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
all the-
falling
all
my
the-
chair.
We could totally break those up.
Yeah.
all the Honey I Shrunks.
Yeah.
Oh, those are great. Yeah, we could go back on those. But so what's it? So they're evil. They're out. They're running around. They're causing chaos. And I forget how though that. Okay, so she kills 4 of them. One of them gets away. Stripe, right?
Yeah. Stripe
And then-
is like the one. And then he goes to the school.
or the YMCA.
Or the. Yeah.
Yeah.
They chase him into the
And he goes in
YMCA
the
and he
pool.
jumps in the pool.
Yeah.
So he can
So he
multiply.
starts multiplying.
Yeah. Oh,
like
there is the
crazy.
one at the school though.
There's
That
some
turned
things-
evil. Yeah.
There's some things that don't make
I don't
sense.
know how that one eats. I don't remember how that one gets food.
the
Oh yes.
the chemistry
Yeah.
teacher, the terrible weirdo person, has a sandwich like right next to the cage, and
yeah.
he reaches out and grabs it and slides it over, and then he goes. He's like under the table, and the guy gets down there to look, and he's got the shot to like stick it. I guess it's like a lethal injection.
I think it's just air.
And you come
Yeah,
in,
maybe like an embolism.
but when you come, isn't it like in his butt? Like when you
Well, so
it's up in
he
there.
like looks under there, and then like he gets kind of like yanked, and he starts to scream, and then like and it cuts away when the guy, the main character comes.
Yeah, that guy's
it's
dead.
just his head like under it, and the thing's in his ass plunged down.
But it's just like it's like 2:00 in the morning when that guy's leaving. He's just like he puts that sandwich down and kind of like I'll finish that in the morning.
I'm just gonna leave this right here by this
All
Mogwai.
right,
I'm not supposed to
okay.
feed after midnight.
What was the rule? Feed after midnight? Hey, if you can reach
All
this
right.
sandwich, it's yours.
It's yours. You hungry?
He's playing like a saw
hungry, big
game.
fella?
You hungry?
He's playing
I
like
know you hungry.
like a saw game. Like I want to play a game. No, so
Well,
okay.
things that don't make sense.
Yeah, hit me.
So when Stripe runs out
Hit me.
and they're following him with his footprints in the snow. Snow's wet. Water's wet.
yeah,
And then later,
But it's not. It's
After
not
he-
as wet as water.
and then later after they let like all the gremlins and like
different
it's just
wet.
going crazy and they're in the bar and Phoebe's I don't know why she's continuing to pour them drinks like they're customers.
She just accepted that role, right?
Yeah, she's
okay,
like, well,
fine. Well,
They're
here we go.
smoking, they're drinking.
One's got like 5 cigarettes, but they're like pouring the drinks all over themselves, and they're not sprouting. Is it only the Mogwai that because Spike
does it
up.
to multiply.
So
maybe
it's like
it's like it's only when it's convenient.
maybe it's like only like running water. Like it has to be water. Like,
Or
I
a
guess
certain
water,
percentage
yeah,
of water.
water.
It
Yeah.
can't have alcohol in
Just
it or something
water.
like that. Yeah. Which they were drinking like Bud Lights and smoking marbles. Yeah.
Might as well be.
Oh God.
Wait, these guys don't kill these guys. These guys are a good time.
Yeah, they're partying. They're having a grand old time.
Hey, hold on. Can we keep some of them around?
And then
'Cause
she
these guys
starts
know what to
Polaroid
do.
picturing. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
starts hitting them with the Polaroid camera to get out of there.
So the whole town's in chaos now. There's Mogwai gremlins now running, which I loved that scene, and I was like, oh, this is the scene I remember. That I was like, this gave me nightmares. Was after he gets out of the pool, and all the gremlins are now born, and you see the one coming down the street, and he kind of comes
The
into the
stop-motion
light,
scene.
and then he's like, come on, and then like. Hundreds of them start walking. I had nightmares as a kid
Yeah.
about that scene. That
It
they're
took
coming
them
for
so
me.
much time to film
I like
that stop motion.
Come on.
Yeah, he's like, and then it's totally ad libbed. All their little language and everything is just people, just nonsense, gibberish on behind the mic. But yeah,
But that when they were filming that stop motion, in one of the shots, one of the lights blew out.
oh,
And everybody was like, oh no, we're going to have to start all over. And the director's like, no, just
turn.
make it like the light blew out.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we'll keep
okay.
rolling.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. Like he added like a pop noise and they just
And
keep
the
going.
sparks fly out.
just keep happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the death count in this movie? Guys,
Pretty high.
where did we lose? We lost
Like
a
half
lot
the
of people.
town gets
Yeah.
Pretty
killed.
high.
And
And
like,
I was just glad the one lady got killed.
oh, Miss
with her
Beagle or
with
Beagle,
her,
or Eagle or something.
with her stair scooter or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the most
How
iconic
big was her
scenes.
freaking staircase?
That it could build enough speed.
So when she gets in that thing and it takes off and it immediately like takes off
Yeah.
like and it just goes and goes and goes to the point where like a painting is like looking at her like it's
Like
watching,
it. Whoa, hold on. I'd love to see a MythBusters episode on that one. I'd love to
Throwing
see
her out the window
Yeah,
like that?
MythBusters. Put a dummy in a chair and to see how fast do we need to go
Yeah.
for this thing to launch out the
guess
second
so.
floor window.
And it would have to be like they would have to give it like 5 spirals because even though she only has 2 floors in her house, that thing goes and goes and goes and then
That's
she
an-
goes flying out the window.
That was an extravagant house.
Yeah, it
No.
was.
I love that where she's like, and she's a cat lady. She's a crazy cat lady. And she's like, oh, hello, Mitten. And she's like being really sweet to her cat. And then she hears what sounds like, I mean, it just like sounds like regurgitating Christmas carolers. Like they're out in the front, like, bah, 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 like singing. And she's like, carolers. I hate carolers. Oh, I'm going to. And when she like grabs like a pot of piss or something, what she's going to throw
Piss.
on them. I don't remember.
It's a
She's
piss
like,
pot.
oh, this is, here, I'll get my bedpan. And she's like, I'm going to throw it. And she like gets on her front door and she realizes, oh, it's gremlins. And she's like, they're after me. She has the most horrific death.
Yeah.
Just because of like, she knows,
She sucks.
these things are coming to kill me. I've been a terrible person.
And then you have that guy that's like, "There's gremlins in my gremlin."
okay, we need to
Yeah,
get to that
the
guy.
old dude.
We need to get to the guy because he keeps dropping foreigners around. Like,
It's
he's
the
like,
80s.
oh, it's got foreigners in there, and then foreigners and cars, and you got foreigner parts. You're like, dude, am I supposed to root for you at some point? Because you're really laying into this whole like, I don't like that foreign stuff is around here. And then immediately when he gets killed, he's like, it's little foreigners. And you're like, oh God,
Yeah.
dude, just run him over. Just hit him with the plow, back it up, and hit him again. Because
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done.
And that old reliable U.S. plow started right up, ran his ass
Yeah,
over.
it did.
didn't
It was, what's it, Kentucky something? He's like,
Yes.
that's because he's pissed that his little neighbor friend has a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah,
he's
and
like,
it won't
oh, this
start.
foreign car won't start. He doesn't
Well, he
know our
talks about
winters.
how like the foreign cars have gremlins in them.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in like World War II and stuff, they would say like
there's gremlins.
there were gremlins in the machines, and that's what would cause the problems that they were having with them.
You know how I know that? I know that from a stupid Bugs Bunny cartoon. where Bugs Bunny's working for the Air Force or something. He's like, gremlins, little gremlins. And there's this little dude with this weird winged hat, and he's hitting a big warhead with a hammer, and he's just pounding it over and over again. And Bugs is like, step aside there, weakling. Like, give me that thing. And he winds up with his hammer, and he comes straight up to hit the warhead on the head, which would make it explode. And he stops immediately and goes, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then he goes through the chasing gremlins, and I was like, that's how I know about
That's
Sorry,
fine.
I was researching it because I wanted to see how many they kill in the movie theater.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How many do they take
When they
out?
blow up the movie theater, they kill 152.
in that one scene.
Yeah, in that one scene.
That makes sense.
Thanks to Death Meat for that. That's what I was looking down for as I was trying to, because he has it like in the description. He has it like, and I just had to read through it.
That dude was like, I mean, had to sit there, pause that movie, and then count every row of gremlin in that scene. Jeez,
But
dude.
that's
ridiculous.
That's great. And then we get to like the big showdown scene in the department store.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite scene is when Gizmo's driving the car.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. Like, is there a gas pedal? Is there a
Okay.
brake pedal?
I don't know.
It has forward and reverse.
He's
driving
actually
that
related to
Barbie-mobile.
Dominic Toretto because
It's all about family. Wait, hold on. Because there's an in-between scene where I was like, this is out of place. Where is this coming from? And it's the saddest scene is when
Oh
you
my
find
God.
out about
why she hates Christmas.
Why she hates Christmas. Do you want to tell them why she hates
she
Christmas?
hates Christmas because her dad died, or right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the monologue that she gives
Yeah.
is so heartbreaking.
And everybody's so happy.
Dad hadn't come home yet. And
It's Christmas Eve.
it was Christmas Eve, and Mom called his office, and they said he'd left already, and he still wasn't home. And it was about a week later
Yeah.
when the first snow came, and we went to light the chimney,
She
and there was a problem with the flue and the
She noticed the smell.
smell, yeah.
Oh.
And then the fire department came and they
had
broke
broken
through
his
the
neck.
chimney. Yeah, he had tried to go down the chimney as Santa Claus had broken his neck. Oh my god!
And died in the chimney.
Yeah,
and,
just-
so, and then the end of
there
that story
for
is
like
like,
a week.
all right, let's go kill more gremlins.
Yeah.
Moving right
And then it's
along.
really funny because in Gremlins 2, which is kind of like a satire on Gremlins 1,
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the first. What are those movies called? Like Scary Movie. And
it's kind of a spoof.
like a spoof movie.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of spoofing themselves. And which is funny because Gremlins is kind of a spoof on It's a Wonderful Life, like with the way it looks and stuff.
I didn't pick
man.
Yeah, Chris Columbus
Okay.
talked about it in the like behind the scenes. Like there's like an hour-long thing about it. It's pretty interesting.
I'm down.
And there's a really funny part when the dad is calling home because he's out on the road and he's at like a convention, an
I
inventors
love this
convention.
scene. I love this scene.
And he's like, "Oh, I know it's Christmas Eve," and it's like, "Okay, it's Christmas Eve, but you assholes are at an inventors convention. The bank is still open. School is still in. What is going on in this
Yeah.
world that you
They
live in?"
scheduled this.
But if you look in the background, there's the time machine
time
from
machine.
the Big Bang Theory episode.
Oh,
like
the
it's an
more
old
locks.
yeah, it's like an old
from the original Time Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
called Time Machine.
Yeah. It's called Time Machine.
yeah, and then so it like cuts away and it cuts back and it's gone. And the guy is there, like where it was, like touching the ground. Like, look at there's like this black spot on the ground, and it's really funny. Like the little things they threw it, and like Steven Spielberg had some kind of injury
in
to his
Gremlins
leg.
2?
No, it was
Oh, this is
the first one. And he's got some kind of injury to his leg, and he goes rolling by in front of the shot with the
Yeah. With
he's
on
in
like
there?
this
Yeah.
weird contraption. And it's like, oh yeah,
Yes.
but he's so young that like I didn't even recognize him.
Oh, I loved it. The original. So there's a guy in the phone booth behind him while he's on the phone, and he has like a cowboy hat on and this antenna thing holding the you used to have to hold the piece, the phone piece to your face, and then it cuts away and it comes back, and then it's the robot from Lost in Space, the original robot from Lost in Space, wearing the cowboy hat now with the same
phone
antenna
thing.
thing
Yeah.
going on. And I was like,
there's
oh.
a lot, like all the way through the movie. There's these little subtle jokes that go by.
Because
if
I guess
you, like,
in the
more you watch, especially when the Gremlins are all like crazy in the
I was
shots.
going to say, I guess when the chaos ensues, you can get away with a lot of that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like. It's almost like reward for watching those scenes again to see like what did I miss? What are the funny? But
Like a reward.
what I was talking about with the second movie. So she does that whole monologue, and
Right.
of course the studio was like, "You have to take it out," and he was like, "I refuse." And they're like, "You have to take it out," and he's like, "No."
Yeah.
And then at one point they even said to Steven Spielberg, like, "There's too many Gremlins."
Oh, really?
And he was like, "Oh, so you want us to like take some out and then we'll just call it people?" What are you talking about?
What do you want
Just
this
call
movie
it
to
people.
be exactly?
The movie is about the Gremlins, you dumbasses. But in the
Okay,
second,
fine. How about we put him in a movie theater? And
in
we'll
the
light
second
candle,
movie,
blow
the girl starts to go into a monologue, and it's
Right.
about like President's Day or something ridiculous.
And she does the same
She
thing.
starts to like tell this horrible story, and the guy grabs her and like Okay, let's like shovels her off camera, and if you watch Gremlins 2, you can see him like as he shovels her off. If you watch him, his face like he has to turn away from the camera because he starts to crack and laugh. It is so funny.
Gremlins 2, go get it, man. Because I saw after I finished watching this, it immediately popped up. Did you want to watch Gremlins 2? Because there it is.
Are you still
It's on the
watching?
YouTubes. Yeah,
I saw him the YouTubes.
Yeah,
Is Gremlins 2 on YouTube?
I think so.
it is. Yeah, you
Okay.
can rent it for $3.99, I think. Yeah, so. Man, so then they have that big. They immediately cut. You okay?
Yep.
I'm sorry. We're still fighting.
Spike rides his, or is it Stripe or Spike?
Stripe. I think it's Stripe. Yeah.
Stripe rides his skateboard to because it's 80s, you know.
Yeah.
Got to.
It might be a hoverboard.
Yeah,
and
some of
some
those
others.
puppets, man, like one puppet for one person, and then some of them were 12 people
Yeah, it's crazy.
working one puppet.
Yeah, I love that. I love knowing that like so many like multiple people had to come together as one mind to be like, we're all going to be this one person.
Yeah.
This one creature.
So he rides his skateboard into the department store
Yeah.
for like the final showdown, and the whole time he's trying to start this fountain because if he can get the fountain started, then he can reproduce.
Well,
Yeah.
the girl is actually up trying to turn the lights on,
Right, and
she's the one that flips the
Oh, he-
fountain on by accident.
and
Yeah.
he sees the fountain and he's like,
Yeah.
and then Gizmo's going through like just tearing through this apartment store in this tiny like remote control car.
It's like a Barbie car. I
Yeah.
think it's a Barbie car. So yeah.
he's crushing it.
Killing. I think that sold. Like I remember vaguely seeing a toy back in the '90s of Gizmo in that car for Christmas.
They had so much merchandise.
Right? Okay. Yeah. All right.
It spawned a whole line of weird animatronic robot
Furries,
people.
dude.
People were buying Spike or Stripe, like plush, like, and putting like they were like baby toys.
Oh.
Spike,
Yeah.
got the ball.
Stripe. That was a Stripe. Yeah.
Stripe. It just reminds me of Little Giants every time you do that.
Talk about out of my nightmares.
Yeah,
Show up
and
and
so-
that thing's on a bed.
She's trying to get all the lights on, but then they notice that like the sun is starting to come up, so it's very like Hocus Pocus esque. It's like,
yeah.
oh, you ran out of time there, Stripe.
Man, the sun kills a lot of things.
And so then you realize that Mogwai and Vampire, it would have been a more Puppet Vampire would have been a more apt name because
been there.
these things just in sunlight they just.
Oh no! And then no, not that. And then he melts. It's
Yeah.
almost like a Raiders of the Lost.
It's like
we're getting Indiana Jones mixed up again. Is it Raiders that he melts?
Yep.
Okay, Raiders. Yeah, the Lost
it's a
Ark.
Wicked
yeah.
Witch of the West.
No, it's lost. It's Last Crusade that the guy drinks out of the wrong cup and melts.
Yeah,
But the Raiders of the Lost Ark, they open the
they
covenant.
open the covenant,
and he melts.
and then he melts.
Yeah,
Man,
so
melting
there's
people.
melting.
It's a melting pot.
lot of
Yeah,
melting.
Last Crusade, he
Gotta throw
ages
cannoli.
like incredibly rapidly
Yeah.
and dies.
Until
And
it
it
just
dies. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but this thing does it too, and like to a point where like it's this goopy skeleton on the floor, and it's still moving, and it's my kids didn't like it at all.
In one of the interviews I saw with the main guy, he was talking about how he was kind of bummed out because he had this scene where Spike is up there, Stripe is up there shooting at him, and he's like, oh yeah, I had this like Bruce Willis Die Hard moment where I did my own stunt and I dove over these potted plants and I grabbed the shade and like pulled the shade. And then when we go to see the movie, Gizmo comes flying in and he like slams the ceiling.
just destroys it.
I wish
yeah.
that was the sound effect that you had.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, Gizmo had to win it because you had to believe at the end of the movie that there's
He's
a good
good.
one.
well, and then basically at the end of the movie, the Chinese guy comes back and he's like, "Give me that."
Yeah.
He's like, I told you, dumbass. It's too dangerous.
And again, like the whole responsibility of the dad who basically destroyed his town by getting his
My bad.
18-year-old kid another dog.
And then somebody's gonna get a telegram that says "Father dead."
yeah, father
Come
dead.
home.
Come home. But yeah, at the end of the there's no just like no end to that where he's just like, sometimes
Sorry.
things happen.
Yeah, my bad.
Did I tell you that I was talking to a buddy, you know who it is, about he was like, oh yeah, man, I caught up on like all the shows. And I was like, oh really? That's awesome, man. I hope you liked it. And he goes, yeah, but I really hated that Mortal Kombat episode. And I'm like, why? Because that movie was good. You guys suck. And I'm like, well, Trey kind of liked it, but that movie is hot garbage, dude.
The second one is the
I mean,
hottest of garbage.
The second one might be one of the worst movies ever made.
Stay
but
tuned.
He goes, he's
doing
like,
it.
he's
Doing
like,
it.
but for like video game movies, I said, yeah, but when you have to say, but for like,
Yeah.
you've lost me. It is a bad movie.
Not good.
Anything after Bud is horse shit.
He's like, it's like at the same time Jurassic Park was coming out. Like you can't compare these. He's like,
Can't bring
yeah, but
this
for the
together.
budget, I'm like, yeah, but for it's a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
Sounds like a recipe for shit movie.
Exactly. It was just a really
So where does this movie sit for you guys on this? Is it?
Oh,
is
I
it
love this.
it, like it, nostalgic for it?
I like it.
love
I'm
it.
not as nostalgic for it because I don't remember watching it. I think I saw this movie for the first time when I was in like college. I don't think I sat down when I was little and watched it. So.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it enough that I'd rewatch it again, especially to see the Gremlins 2 one, to see that they like.
Yeah, the Gremlins 2 is super fun.
I remember
love the
Gremlins 2
self-awareness,
more
yeah.
than I remember Gremlins 1 because I remember Gremlins 2 being like the
reason I
really
love-
funny one where they make jokes and stuff.
The
Man,
reason I love this movie so much is how like it just pushes boundaries and like does what it wants and just kind of whatever, like it's super dark. And like originally when Chris Columbus wrote the script,
It's like a horror movie.
it was way darker.
Yeah.
Like the mom got decapitated and like all this stuff.
Oh.
And Steven Spielberg read it and he was like, wow, I like how dark. It's like a dark humor to this movie.
Yeah.
And then he's the one who came in and worked with Columbus to
Make it PG.
Make it so like let's make it appeal to an audience because that's what one of Spielberg's real gifts is like. Let's make this story that I know is good appeal to an audience on screen.
Yeah.
Because you can take a great story and put it on screen doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do this as a horror movie, I don't think it does as well.
Hell no, it's just another crap horror movie.
Man, yeah. When you think about like how they had to play that line, and then this is also a Christmas movie. Like I've seen this on, like during the holidays. This comes on. They put this on.
I mean,
TBS.
as much as I love it, but if you're going to count Die Hard, you have to count.
You gotta count Gremlins.
Right.
There's enough. Yeah, there's enough. I think. Well, at least like. Well, Die Hard they do too. They do like Christmas songs and stuff like that.
There's like a Christmas tree in the building.
It's the Christmas party that
Oh
they
man,
come
I had.
into.
Sorry, so now that we're talking about Christmas stuff, you just reminded me. I had like PTSD flashbacks when Corey Feldman's.
Jesus has been dead a long time, man. It's
Yeah,
okay.
well,
or he died a long time
Listen,
ago.
it happened. It's like it happened for me.
PTSD.
Happened for me.
Feels like yesterday.
Feels like yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, PTSD for when this kid Corey Feldman, he's in the tree costume. I don't think because
Is that Feldman in the tree costume?
it is
so,
Feldman
yeah.
in the tree costume.
Wow, I didn't even connect that.
Oh yeah, and he like busts in the house. He's like, "Got your tree."
His dad's a real dick to make him
wearing a
drag a tree, wearing a tree costume, no cart, no
Yeah.
nothing.
It's just the way he says it. I got your tree.
Got your tree. I'm here. No, but I had that. So back in the day, our church used to put on a big performance for called the Christmas
miss
pageant.
it.
Yep.
Miss
And
it.
guess who
I know
had to
where
be?
this is going.
Guess who had to be a dancing Christmas tree for like 3 years in a row? This guy. I still can
least you
smell
didn't have
that
to put
felt.
on makeup.
Jeez,
Yeah,
dude,
but then
But
what?
sweating my ass.
What
off
happened
in
year
that thing. Are you kidding
three?
me?
Kept you
What
kept
happened
you
year three?
svelte.
Well, year 3, I was a cactus.
Jesus.
I was a dancing cactus. And
Somebody stayed up too late doing an art midterm.
That's right. I passed out. I'm proud of myself for this. I got through. So it was a Western. I don't know why in a Christmas, but it was Christmas in West.
It's the holiday hoedown.
Yeah. It's the holiday hoedown. Yeah, that's it.
Dang, Trey.
Wow.
Killer, bro.
So I danced it. I did the whole routine. I got off stage and immediately collapsed and I was just sweating and I passed out. And I went to the hospital. And what was the best part was waking up the next morning and it was a teaching hospital. So it was the doctor and like 5 or 6 other
there.
like
You're dressed like a
interns.
giant cactus?
No. They got me out of that,
Okay.
luckily.
But he
I'm
still had the
just-
overalls.
Yeah, still just sitting there in the bed. And they're like, so you passed out. You definitely were dehydrated. You didn't drink enough and all this. We just have a question. We heard it was for a Christmas show. Why were you a cactus? It was like, and they like, they were like theorizing about it. They were like, was it the cactus that pointed the wise men to baby Jesus? Is that the reason why you were in the... I was like, yeah, let's run with that. Because I think the real reason is a little more embarrassing.
No,
What are you
just the
talking
first
about?
act is
You got
silly. And it's
this
about
to beat in
Christmas.
the holiday hoedown.
You're like, hold on, I got a VHS of like the last year's.
Just grainy.
Yeah. Wait, 90. So we're in 2000. So that means 96. 96.
We did this the last time. Okay.
Christmas around the
God.
world. There's 8 shows. Go back. Okay, yeah, 96.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, nothing like that. That was
it just
such
doesn't.
interesting, fun experience.
Fort Lauderdale has one, but it's like in their sanctuary, and it's like, nope, we had to use a giant building and
We did a true stage production.
We had Guantanamo.
We did. That's what we called it.
We did. It was a pen where they kept all the
Tent
kids.
cities. Yeah.
It's like, no, you get in there.
Yeah,
And there was
the little
security.
kids go here. The older kids go over there. And the church you can use too.
They gave us
boys go in the tent.
They gave us Connect 4 and Sorry to keep us
That's right.
entertained
No way.
for hours.
No way. So my best memory, you asked us the other day, what game do you get really nostalgic for? And for me, it's WWF WrestleMania 2000.
Right.
Because people legitimately wanted to fight me and Tyler because they were, once it was like it, for me, it was like that moment when like the minor leaguer gets called up to the big leagues.
Right.
Because like some guy was talking smack to my brother that they beat him in like a handicap match, and Tyler was like, "Go get my brother," and it was like, "Here we go,
Let's get
crack
it.
my
Yeah.
knuckles, let's do this." And then 6 hours later, when nobody else can get on,
The craziest too would be like that you could do the Royal Rumble. Like you have 4 people that start the match, and then as you get thrown out, like another person comes in, and if you get thrown out, you had to hand the controller off. So it kept the rotation going faster. And there I am sitting there from the first 4 people, like winning the Royal Rumble at the end. Like, all right, do you want to go again? Who's the next 4? Who's the next 4?
Who's next? We put money on this? What are we playing for here exactly?
I mean, I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but I had that ability back
let's
then.
do it.
Yeah, you wear that crown proudly, brother. You hold that up. Yeah, you get in
Still
there.
a nerd to this day.
Oh man, any other things? Because that just sparked that memory for me. Was anything else you guys want to talk about with this one or mention? Was something stood out to you? Or
That's funny. The
that,
cactus
dude. Yeah.
thing. That's really funny.
Yeah, the Christmas tree,
So
the
got
Christmas
your
tree
tree.
uniform. Because my whole job in that scene was just spinning. It was like, oh, just keep going, spin, and then lean,
And don't vomit.
lean, yeah, and then spin, and that was it. Yeah,
Drink more water.
Well, that's like we had the big dancing bears, and one of them fell into the orchestra pit.
Dude.
Oh man, yeah,
So many people.
so hurt. It was just a big hole.
That's what happens when you.
Luckily for her, the one that was that I was friends with, try not to drop names.
Yeah, it's okay.
She fell off but there was like a stack of like a CD player.
Oh, nice.
It was like all these different things stacked up. So she landed on top of that instead of falling the 8 feet to the ground or whatever it was.
Yeah,
She crushed a lot of what are they? The jewel cases. She crushed a lot of jewel cases.
Columbia House Records just got a huge influx of like need.
We need jewel cases.
Today.
Oh man, we could just have we could do a whole episode. I think it'd be great to get a guest on here and just talk about horror stories from pageant or like just the things that went through. But we have to be careful on that. We have to tread lightly because of legal reasons. But anyways,
and not giving up names.
not
It's
giving
so
up
hard to
names.
not give up
and,
names when you talk about
and
stories.
Too many dates and years. Thanks, but oh god, yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to wrap about? I feel pretty good about this one, man. Because I got to say I like this movie. I'd watch it again, especially Gremlins too. But yeah.
No, Gremlins is good. It's not a bad movie by any means, and the effects hold up because they're practical.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know it's a puppet, but you're like, okay,
Yeah, I'm all right
At
with
least
it.
it's not like a really bad like CG face
Would you want a remake of it?
of Gremlins.
Yeah, would you take a remake?
They're gonna CG it if the CG was good enough. Yeah, I wouldn't want a remake. I'd want like a.
Oh,
like,
just a
They're back.
remastering?
Like they're out of the box. Like
okay.
like
Yeah,
bring
you could
back
do like a new Gremlins.
Yeah.
I'm tired of remakes.
where like you find out that Gizmo's been in like a Central Park Zoo or something.
I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and say I'm tired for remake. Like, I don't come up with anything.
Yeah.
I'm not creative like
Pigeon
that.
Lady.
producing
I want,
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I want-
Like, I'm
I want
not
the-
writing films.
I want the pigeon lady from Home Alone to find Gizmo and turn them loose on Joe Pesci.
First, we got to find the pigeon lady from Home Alone. I'm sure she's out there somewhere.
Kevin, run!
Or what is it? Gizmo, run!
I think that Macaulay Culkin should come back and do a Home Alone movie with like a child.
Okay.
And he could be like the
He's the mentor.
salt shoveling, like
He could be
you know what I mean?
Salt shoveling old guy.
It's like something like that.
the
you know?
loner who doesn't talk to his
he could-
family.
He doesn't have to be that guy,
could be
but,
the-
you know, something
be the-
similar.
he could
like
be
he could
the-
own like a pizza shop, and like he could be like the guy's buddy.
the delivery guy.
You could be the guy who hits the Nero's pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Who keeps
stupid-
hitting the statue like every time he comes.
Yeah, because we all keep those in our front lawn.
Or he could just be the guy in the movie. It's like keep the change and filthy animal.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good callback.
They
I
just
love
have
that.
him on in the background in televisions, and he's just waving.
Hey, here. Yeah,
Remember me?
That's me. I would love
Super
to. I would
funny.
love to go back now and rewatch Home Alone and think of like the most obscure character. Maybe like, oh, what about the guy like Macaulay Culkin, older now, plays the guy that chases Eddie or Teddy from when they think Macaulay Culkin's stealing from when he's buying the toothbrush. He chases him out through the. He's like Eddie, and he's like get him or something like that. And the guy just turns like Terminator. Yeah,
He hides in the nativity scene. Like
that's it. Yeah. Oh man, stay tuned. Yeah, because we're going into Christmas season heavy, and I think we should definitely we should dust off some of those VHSs and give them another rewatch. But I think that'll do it for us on this one, man. This was a fun watch. I'd go back and check it out. We found it
Hope
on
you guys
YouTube.
enjoyed.
You can always check us out on nostalgialand.podcast. Again, thanks for all your love and support. We really appreciate you listening.
Like, comment,
Please
subscribe, share.
When you see
Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your friends' enemies.
tell your friends' enemies. That's my favorite one. Tell your friends' enemies. No, but when you see us go, well, I'll usually post to our story through Instagram when we're going live. We try to keep it, trying to lay down a schedule. But Trey's segment of Back to the Playroom is always fun to check out. Fun to jump in the comments and see him struggling through some old games.
and just kicking them down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super fun. It's
easy
just a
potatoes.
trash talk while we're there. It's
Just playing some of these
It's
games.
very
that-
funny.
When I texted people to ask like what game should I play, and they're like, "What are you playing it on?" And I'm like, "Oh, the SNES Mini."
Yeah.
My younger brother was like, "Ghouls and Ghosts," and I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Ghouls and Ghosts," and I was like,
But now we got to find like all the sequels because I did find out there's more.
"Oh, there is."
Yeah, we don't need to
so
do that.
many more. Just to let you do a year
Let me-
of Ghouls and
let me-
Ghosts.
Let's
Let me beat a game.
yeah, let's get him a game that he can like walk through and just have a good time with.
Let me do like Super Mario World or something.
There you go.
One of these days, we're gonna get him to rage quit.
If I can get you to destroy that little,
You'll just see me typing in the bottom. It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah, you're gonna see me Bo Jackson a controller.
That's the one that's going to go viral. That's the clip that'll go viral. If everybody like, that's going to put you on the map. It's
That's
just
right.
You destroying your setup.
Buttons fly everywhere.
I love it, man.
Dang it, Meg.
Oh man. Well, anyways, yeah. So find us anywhere. You can Google Nostalgia Land podcast. You can find all our social media. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube's.
Yeah, and if you have anything you want to listen to, you want to hear about, you want us to do shows, film, whatever it is, shoot us a DM. Let us know. Comment on whatever. Let us know what you want to hear, and we'll give it a looky loo, and possibly do an episode in the future. We love for some participation.
I love it. Yeah, we do. So,
What they said.
well, as always, I'm Matt.
Trey.
I'm Tyler. Cowabunga.